Hello and welcome to all our viewers watching around the world. I'm Lynda Kinkade and this is CNN Newsroom. Coming up, Israeli forces and Hezbollah militants in Lebanon exchange a new round of strikes as the Middle East braces for a widening conflict in the region. Israel's government faces backlash from families of Hamas hostages. We'll speak with one of them. And who will Kamala Harris choose to join her on the U.S. Democratic ticket? The latest on the high-stakes search for a running mate, now in its final stretch.
Live from Atlanta, this is CNN Newsroom with Lynda Kinkade.
We begin in the Middle East, which is on edge amid fears it could be on the verge of a full-scale conflict. Several hours ago, Israel said it had intercepted a barrage of 30 projectiles coming from Lebanon, but they didn't cause any damage or casualties. Hezbollah said it was responding to multiple Israeli strikes in southern Lebanon earlier Saturday, reportedly going after Hezbollah targets. A Lebanese news agency says one teenager was killed and 6 civilians wounded. And as tensions grow, more countries are urging their citizens to leave Lebanon as soon as possible. The US and Britain did that Saturday, while Canada advised its citizens against traveling to Israel, Lebanon, or the West Bank. And that's happening after Iran threatened to retaliate against Israel for the killing of Hamas political chief in Tehran. Israel has neither confirmed nor denied responsibility for that assassination. For more, we're joined by Bashir, who comes to us live from London. And Nada, let's start with how Iran may respond. We've already seen Hezbollah firing rockets into northern Israel, but Iran certainly warning the worst is yet to come.
Absolutely. We've been hearing from US officials. They believe that some sort of response from Iran could be imminent in the coming days, whether or not this is a direct response from Iran, as we saw perhaps in April, where we saw Iran launching missiles and drones directly targeting Israeli territory, or whether we might see a larger, more complex response, as put by one US official, where we would see perhaps more coordination with other Iranian-backed proxies in the region. Now, of course, we have seen that continued exchange of fire by the Iran-backed group Hezbollah in southern Lebanon and the Israeli military. The Israeli military carrying out strikes across parts of southern Lebanon, and of course Hezbollah again carrying out rocket attacks around northern Israel. This has been ongoing since the outbreak of the war in Gaza, but tensions are certainly ratcheting up. There is a huge amount of concern, particularly from the international community, that the assassination of Ismail Haniyeh, Hamas's political leader, earlier this week in Tehran has put the region on a knife's edge, that we could see a further escalation. And of course, both Hamas and the Iranian regime have accused Israel of carrying out this assassination, though Israel has neither denied nor confirmed responsibility for Haniyeh's killing. But again, this is a deeply tense moment for the region. Real questions as to how far Iran will go, how far Iran's proxies may go. We've heard from the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps. They have vowed, in their words, blood vengeance. They have said that a severe punishment of Israel is certain, and that they are focusing on when and where this will be, but that, again, this is definitive. There will be a response. And as you mentioned, we have been seeing members of the international community responding already, preparing for what could be a further escalation in the region. Multiple nations now telling their citizens in Lebanon to evacuate as soon as possible, including the United States and the United Kingdom. And now, of course, we are seeing that the United States is bolstering its military preparedness in the region, moving warships and aircraft carriers into the region. This is perhaps the largest movement, military movement by the United States that we've seen since the beginning of the war in Gaza. So certainly a huge moment of concern for the region.
Yeah, it certainly is, Nada. And of course, we've seen these latest airstrikes into Gaza, Israel hitting schools, sheltering displaced Palestinians, and also hitting a place just very close to the Al-Aqsa hospital. What can you tell us?
That's right. Just yesterday, we saw strikes on 2 schools near Gaza City. At least 17 people killed in those strikes. This was a school, or 2 schools rather, that the Gaza Civil Defense says had been sheltering civilians. That this was an area known to be sheltering civilians. Dozens more injured in those strikes. And according to Gaza's Civil Defense, following an initial strike on the schools. This was followed by 3 missiles, or at least 3 missiles, so a double attack by the Israeli military. We've seen the distressing video coming out from the aftermath of this attack. Again, bodies lining the area surrounding the school, so hugely distressing. The Israeli military has claimed that it was targeting terrorist infrastructure, that they believe they were targeting what they have described as a Hamas command and control center. But again, we've heard this rhetoric from the Israeli military before, particularly when it comes to areas known to be sheltering civilians. And again, that is a significant civilian toll that we've seen in this attack. And then overnight, yet more strikes targeting an area near the Al-Aqsa Martyrs Hospital, just outside the Al-Aqsa Martyrs Hospital, actually, in Deir al-Balah. The tents in the area where civilians had been sheltering on the courtyard. And as we've seen over the course of the war, many have flocked to schools and hospitals in the hopes that these will be safe zones. But clearly that is not the case. Gazan authorities say at least 5 people have been killed. And we've seen, again, dramatic video emerging of these tents engulfed in flames. The Israeli military has told CNN that they are currently looking into these reports.
Yeah, just terrific pictures coming into us. Bashir in London, thanks very much.